HDMI to mini out the live view, I think. That's wrong. And HDMI to mini should be in the live view box silver. Okay.
What's that say?
Oh, sorry, I was just talking to him.
You okay?
You're right, man. If it works, it works. If it's not, if it doesn't, yeah.
Take your laptop out.
Yeah, no worries. Mate, that's my laptop.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I'm just going to go in this corner if that's alright. Oh, your extension. Yeah.
Go in and see, and that's it.
So I'll just be
It's a bit of a faff, isn't it?
It's not the easiest ladder.
It's got me out. There's a winch, isn't there? But no ropes. Are you setting up TV up? Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to mute my phone then? Okay.
Does anybody have any idea how to get the HDMI? Unless it's not output from the live one, but
you don't have to put them on. When you go to warm up.
We should start doing that.
yes, yeah. Right, I'm sorry.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Clayton Woods, the home of Stoke City Women, who are the opposition for Burnley in the Women's National League North today. My name's Matt Jones and I'll be guiding you through every kick of the game as the Clarets attempt to maintain their 100% start to the campaign. It's 3 games played across all competitions and 3 impressive wins for Rebecca Seviuk's side. Most recently, a 7-0 demolition of Fylde in the Cup on Wednesday. So can they continue that good form today? They take on a Potter side who've picked up a win and a defeat from their 2 league matches so far, and also tasted cup success in midweek when they beat Wolves 3-1. So before we get underway, let's run through the 2 starting lineups, and we'll start with the hosts. Their last league outing was a 1-0 win at Hull, secured by Rasheen Cavell's strike. They make 1 change from that match as Sophie Thompson starts, and she's joined by plenty of familiar faces, given 4 of their 11 are ex-Burnley players. One of them, of course, is in goal, as Clarets captain, former Clarets captain Lauren Bracewell is in net, and she has a back 4 in front of her of Thompson, Molly Holder, Arabella Sutty, and another former Burnley player in Lucia Molinari. The other 2 Clarets names who you'll recognise are 2 who scored plenty of goals during their time at Burnley. That's Millie Ravening and Evie Priestley. The rest of the starting lineup for Stoke: Shannon Stamps, Alice Higginbotham, Jessica Reeville, and of course Cavell in attack. The subs for Stoke, by the way: Liz Hobson, Olivia Cook, Erin Nelson, Monique Watson, Delphi Cole, Sophie Tudor and Tamara Wilcock. As for Burnley, well, they make 3 changes from their last league game, which was a 3-1 victory at Stourbridge. That means defender Jade Richards makes her first league start, while Tilly Wilkes and Laura Elford come in as Georgia Marshall, Rihanna Blades and Claudia Walker drop down to the bench. So to run you through the team, it is of course going to be Kirsty Lavelle in goal. The 2 fullbacks will be Emma Siddall on one side and Tilly Wilkes on the other, with Richards in the heart of the defence and captaining the team today, as you can see on your screen there. She's joined in the heart of that defence by Naomi Hartley. Brenna McPartlin is one of the centre midfielders alongside Hazard. Out wide there is going to be Charlie Doherty, who of course scored in that win over Hull on one wing, Gray on the other, and then up top Laura Elford, rewarded for her fine form, and she is joined in attack of course to hopefully score plenty of goals, as has been the case for Burnley this year, by Grace Palmer. So we're just a few moments away from getting underway. And as you can see, the 2 teams preparing themselves for what is to come. And you do wonder how some of those familiar faces in that Stoke lineup will enjoy, or not as the case may be, facing their former clubs. Millie Ravening in particular got all those goals, but Lauren Bracewell was captain for the 2 promotions. As for the Burnley team, you can see Laura Elford, who has scored in each of the 3 games so far this season. Can she continue her fine scoring form this afternoon? We certainly hope so. Well, check's all complete, and it's going to be Evie Priestley to kick things off. Those bright orange boots to get things underway, and she finds Holder as Stoke get this National League Women's North clash underway. There's Jade Richards making her full league debut today with the header forward. Bracewell with the ball out the defence. Here's Kivell, the captain, and the scorer of the only league goal for Stoke so far this season. Sutty finds Kivell, and she's quickly closed down by Amelia Hazard. Who's then just fouled as she tried to progress forward.
Excellent. Sid, if she has to drop on one there, Millie's lingering here, you jump on Millie, yeah?
It will be a Burnley free kick.
Jade, off we go, go.
A reasonably decent position to get the ball into the area. It'll be Charlie Doherty to do so.
Stop. When you take tuck.
Tilly, go.
When you deliver tuck in.
Plenty of players to aim for in the middle, including Jade Richards, who is a domineering figure in both boxes, and you imagine will be a target, as will Laura Elford. Doherty sends it in towards Richards at the back post, and she can't quite stretch to keep that one in, just a little bit too much on it. Will be Lauren Bracewell then to get things back underway. Left Burnley at the end of last season, having served the club so well for so long. Captained them, got the 2 promotions as they moved up to the National League North for the first time in their history. Siddle with the throw. Here's Priestley, who will certainly want to prove her worth today, and she's fouled by Richards and immediately wins a free kick for her side. Didn't see too much of Evie Priestley last season in Burnley colours, but the one instance in which she did play which really stands out was that FA Cup third round tie against Birmingham, when Burnley were 1-0 down against their championship opposition going deep into injury time, and Priestley won a penalty that was then converted, and Burnley managed to take the game to extra time before ultimately losing 3-1 in extra time. Here's Kivell. Back to Molinari. Bracewell. Playing the ball out of defence. It's a long ball forward for Thompson to chase onto. Tilly Wilkes makes sure she doesn't get any further.
You can have one standing, please. Thank you.
Hartley sticking out a leg to get something on that throw. Priestley doggedly winning it back and winning a throw for her team again. Here's what I found. So Thompson to take that throw. Ravening made the run short. Instead it goes to Priestley, who chests it down. Appeals for handballer ignored as the cross comes in towards Kivell. She can't get on the end of it as Burnley do manage to clear, but they haven't cleared it too far, and the shot will come in from Holder from distance. I think Kirsty Lavelle was always confident that that was rising over her crossbar. Sits up nicely for Holder, doesn't it? Lavelle was just scampering across her line, but over it goes. Revel closed down on that far side by Anna Gray. Manages to win a throw for her side. Elford with the knockdown to Wilkes. Wilkes plays it down the line for Gray to chase towards, and she was joined there by Grace Palmer as well, but put out of play by Ravening. So what can Wilkes engineer here then? Down the line she goes. Hazard the target, flicks it on. McPartland now lifting it back in, hoping to find Charlie Doherty. Unfortunately, too much on it. Lauren Bracewell watching that drop out of play. It's a fairly steady start then. Neither keeper has had a great deal to concern them so far. You may remember the whole match that Burnley played in their opening league game was a similarly quiet start actually, and then it really burst into life after the quarter-hour mark when Burnley suddenly got 2 very quick goals, and they didn't really stop from there. And against Stourbridge they were forced to come from behind in their second league game as well. So they do get stronger and stronger as games go on, as Hazard wins a free kick there, push from Higginbotham. Hartley spreads it to Gray. Wilkes down the line for Gray to run onto, and we know Gray's got pace and she's going to reach this one. Ball comes in towards Elford, and for the 4th game running, Laura Elford has found the back of the net. And Burnley, with less than 8 minutes on the clock, have got a 1-0 lead. It's a lovely ball down the line by Wilkes, perfectly weighted. The cross that comes in from Anna Gray is terrific as well, and Laura Elford had just ghosted in, and there she was. All she had to do was get her foot on it. As you can see, it's just a lovely bit of football. It's such a well worked move. Gray's ball into the box was perfect. Elford in the right area at the right time. Burnley, well, they're ahead. It's Kivell. Kivell with the ball into the box, but that will go straight to Kirsty Lavelle. Burnley came into this game as one of 4 teams with a 100% record in the division so far this season. Rugby, Nottingham Forest and Wolves, the other 3. And you hope that they're going to be able to continue it today. They're certainly doing well at the moment. Here's Doherty. Doherty with the ball down the line, and Palmer just nudged off it. Good strength though shown by Sutty. And Stoke have won the throw as well, which Molinari will take. And Molinari goes back to Sutty. Doherty. Elford the goal scorer. Doherty through the legs of Molinari, and she's done really well to get round Sutty and Higginbotham. Now chance for the ball to come into the middle. All there was there. Here's Elford who retrieves it. Siddle. Doherty in an offside position, and that move will be stopped in its tracks. Very, very positive signs though from Burnley. There doesn't seem to be any let up from going 1-0 up either. Stoke dugout there, what are they thinking of what they've seen so far? Got those 2 wins over the last week or so. Beat Hull, beat Wolves in the Cup. At the moment they've got it all to do. Rebecca Seviuk on the other hand, absolutely delighted with how things have started. Now here's Brennan McPartland with Gray making another run down that left flank. This one looks like it's just got too much in it. Indeed, can't quite keep it in on the far side. Anna Gray. Priestley comes short for the throw initially, then dips off, but does win the flick on, and she's going to continue her run as well. Millie Ravening will pick it up in midfield, will she? No, she's beaten to it by Hazard, who can now drive forward before turning and just getting her ankle clipped by Millie Ravening. Stopped in her tracks there, Amelia Hazard. Just getting an apology from Millie Ravening as well. Ravening, 2 seasons ago, 2022-2023, was the Golden Boot winner in this division for her goal return. Her and Evie Priestley formed a lethal partnership for a couple of years at Burnley. Priestley saw her appearances restricted by injury last season, but they're hoping to rekindle it this year at Stoke. Hasn't quite happened yet. Here's Richards. Richards looking for the long ball towards Elford. Flicks off the foot of Reevil, but Gray has it now and trying to find Elford. Elford claiming she was pulled, but the referee is having none of it. And here's Richards again, picking up a loose ball from Kivel. Lavelle. They are looking for that long diagonal towards Gray when they can, and you can understand why. Already had her impact on this game. Palmer will keep this in. Gray is making the darting run, and here is Gray. She's got Elford to aim for in the middle. It comes low back towards the penalty spot. Hazard was the target, but Sutty was in front of her. And she hooks it out of play for a throw. Well, Gray came off the bench, didn't she, in the game against Hull? And she had an immediate impact in that with her quick feet and her darting runs, and that pace is having an equally important impact on this match so far as well. Wilkes down the line towards Gray. Holder loops it forward, but McPartland, the Northern Ireland international, picks it up. Here's Richards. Richards with a good first touch to set herself and then send it out towards this right wing, but Charlie Doherty had just tucked inside short, and Doherty there saying she wanted that one to her chest instead of over her head. And we've just got a stoppage in play here. Lauren Bracewell is down injured, and that means Stoke are going to get a chance to have a chat to their manager. Now, we saw this tactic a few times with Lauren Bracewell when she was at Burnley, in that she might go down injured just to give the opposition, or the manager, a chance to get a team talk or get a message onto the pitch, and Marie Hurahan is doing that now with Stoke. But equally, Rebecca Sevier handing out some instructions as well. She'll be absolutely thrilled with what she's seen so far. Just while we have this break and play, a reminder that Burnley are next in action in the league next week, and it is your chance to get down and see the Clarets at Turf Moor. It's a big one as well, because the opposition is going to be Wolves, and Wolves are a team who have traditionally been a powerhouse in this league while Burnley have been in it. So the 8th of September, Burnley taking on Wolves at Turf Moor. And also, if you are joining us a little late, let's have a look at the goal. Laura Elford opening the score in the 4th game in a row that she scored. Lovely build-up play involving Wilkes, involving Gray. Gray with the slid cross, and Elford picked out in the middle to just prod into an empty net. So Lauren Bracewell is on her feet again. It looks like we are going to be okay to continue. And it'll be Lucia Molinari to take that throw down the line. Kivel just dropping in short. Looks like she might go down the line instead. Priestley brings it down. Flick through towards Kivell, but she had Hazard and Siddle there for close attention. Burnley win the turnover. Here's Jade Richards then wearing the captain's armband today. We've seen it passed around a little bit in the first few games. Partland wearing it. George Marshall on the bench today, captained the side at times last season as well. Richards with the ball down the line for Elford to chase onto, and that's a well-weighted ball. Sutty is just going to win the foot race, is she? No, Elford knocks her off it. Now Elford with a chance to cross, gets her head up. Can she get the shot away? She prods the ball to Doherty, and Doherty fires it into the bottom corner. That was postage stamp stuff, because that's pretty much the only area Lauren Bracewell couldn't get down to. And Doherty is on the score sheet once again. What a wonderful bit of football. Fantastic strength shown by Laura Elford. And then a clinical finish once more from Charlie Doherty. Let's have another look at it. Elford does really well, doesn't she? In the quick thinking, you thought she might have had a shot herself, but instead releasing Doherty inside the area. Doherty on that slightly weaker left foot, hammering into the bottom corner. Burnley, well, we're not even 18 minutes into this match and they have a 2-goal lead, and they'll be hungry for more as Doherty plays it to Siddle. Siddle just getting slightly tripped by Millie Ravening and therefore winning a free kick. He's Gray. Gray down the line. Does really well. Just couldn't quite find a path to a Burnley player there, could she, with a pass? So the ball eventually cut out by Millie Ravening, but Siddall is there to stop Kivell or Priestley getting near it. Hartley. Gray with Palmer making a run, but on this occasion ignored. And then Gray bundled over the assistant referee on that far side, signalled for a throw, but the referee instead thinking it was going to be a free kick, and that's what's been awarded. It'll be Tilly Wilkes to eventually take that free kick. Inside she goes to Richards. Hartley couldn't quite pick out Gray on that occasion, but you're going to get a goal kick out of it anyway. In fact, it's not a goal kick, it came off a Burnley player last, so Kirsty Lavelle let that one run out of play thinking it was going to be a goal kick. Instead it's a corner which Kivell will trot across to take. And this is the first real chance they'll have had to throw the ball into the box, and unsurprisingly Sutty and Ravening are right in the mix, and I'm sure will be the target for this ball. We've seen Ravening score plenty of goals with her head before. She's being well marshalled by Hartley at the moment. The two number 23s on the field. It comes in low. Doherty wins it at the near post, but Priestley gets it back. Kivell now looping it back into the middle where McPartland will win the header. The danger still not quite over. Molinari hooked up in the air. Elford wins the header, but it's going to drop for the shot, and that shot will balloon high and wide. Jess Reevil there, not able to trouble Kirsty Lavelle, who's not had much to do in these opening 20 minutes or so. McPartland looking for that ball down the line to Gray, but Reevil there was well positioned to cut it out. Bracewell closed down by Gray, threw herself in front of it to try and get something on the ball, but was unable to do so. Thompson, ball down the line now for Ravening to try and chase onto. She will get the second ball from Hartley's knockdown. Thompson now towards Priestley, who does flick on towards Kivel, but Siddall is there. And now can Burnley counter-attack through Gray? Thompson cuts out the first pass. Back with Wilkes. Elford comes short. Richards, who is being chased by Priestley, who, as we know, does not give you, if you are a defender, a moment's peace. Wilkes calmly brought down. Partlam sent out. That's a lovely ball towards Charlie Doherty, who will get there ahead of Molinari and will go round Molinari. Charlie Doherty into the area, into the back post, but there's no one there until Gray picks it up, but she's going to have to go back towards the corner flag. Tricks herself past Thompson, who eventually, with a very well timed tackle, stops the attack in its tracks. And now Stoke looking to counter, but that ball had too much on it and Ravening couldn't get it under control. But there was a foul on Shannon Stamps in the build-up, and that means it is going to be a free kick with the referee not able to play the advantage. And Stoke finished 5th in this division last year. This is their 7th year in a row at this level. So they're an experienced side, and they've obviously signed some experienced campaigners this year. Plenty of them on the pitch today. Looking to improve on that 5th place finish. It's been a tough start to the season for them. Nottingham Forest and Burnley within the first 3 games. Not ideal, as Sutty nearly turns into Doherty, but does really well to roll her. And now Kivel can play the pass towards Millie Ravening, who's got around Hazard. Now back to Kivel. Swinging ball into the box. And Lavelle does really well to size that up and bring it down. You can hear the applause of the Burnley fans and the Burnley bench, who are right underneath us here on the gantry. They're certainly pleased with what our goalkeeper did there. Palmer just tracked all the way there by Holder. So Wilkes to go down the line with the throw, will she? She comes inside to Palmer, actually, who's just dropped a little bit deeper, offering support in midfield with Elford a little bit alone in attack at the moment, but that's not a bad thing when you're 2-0 up. You can do that when you're setting up from a throw. Here's Siddall. Back towards Kirsty Lavelle. Obviously left-footed Emma Siddall, but playing at right back today. So that makes it sometimes a little bit awkward to make the pass that a natural right footer in that position would have done. And on that occasion she had to go back to her goalkeeper instead of wrapping her foot round it. Sutty trying to take a quick free kick there. The referee not allowing her to do so. Now the Stoke bench aren't happy, and I can understand why, because Burnley had a free kick about 10 minutes ago that they did take about 5 yards further forward. Then the foul was taken and the referee just allowed play to continue. But on this occasion she wasn't having a quick free kick. Just a slight knock there for Shannon Stamps, but she's back on her feet and moving okay now. Hartley. Wilkes down the line for Elford. It's not a ball that she can get on the end of, though. Thompson, go back to Revel. Good tackle by Wilkes, but the ball still falls for Thompson to send it back towards Evie Priestley and Rasheen Cavell, but Kirsty Lavelle is there. Richardson, Lavelle exchanging passes. Now Hartley has it. Hartley scored the first goal of the league season, didn't she, at Hull? At that home game against Hull, I should say. Stooping in with that header. And from then, Burnley just haven't stopped scoring. Foul there on Hazard. I do remember jokingly saying, though, after that whole game that I was confident Burnley would be top of the league, given they'd won 9-0, because no one would have got a better goal difference than them on the opening day, only to come off and see that Rugby had scored 10. And Burnley were therefore second. But the goal difference continuing to go in the right way at the moment. And as we know, goal difference can and probably will be pivotal come the end of the campaign. Siddle then to take the free kick. Molinari nods it back forward. Priestley. Hazard brings it down. Hazard can stroll through McPartland. Palmer turning to try and find the pass. Palmer herself was on the score sheet against Hull with a quite sublime strike. Here's Doherty. Molinari in front of her. Tries to get round Molinari, who stands tall. And Molinari manages to find Sutty, who will launch it forward, but Richards is there. Kibble couldn't keep it in. Hazard can't turn away from Higginbottom. And Higginbottom, it looks like she's going to go into the book here. Indeed she is. One left Hazard in a little bit of pain. And Higginbottom receives the first yellow card of this afternoon's game. A good talking to from the referee as well. So she's walking a little bit of a tightrope for the remainder of this game. And Burnley have a chance to throw the ball back into the box through Charlie Doherty, who's got, again, the heads of Laura Elford and Jade Richards among several players to aim for. Doherty swings it in. It's a good delivery towards Elford. But all she can do is head it straight at the goalkeeper. And the referee not allowing play to get underway quickly because she's just having a word with Laura Elford, who bundled her way onto that ball. I'm not entirely sure she was expecting it to come all the way to her in the end. And sent the header straight at the goalkeeper. But Bracewell making the save. And play will get back underway with an uncontested drop ball after the referee happy. That's what she said. So Bracewell hammers it forward. It goes over the head of Higginbottom. Stamps, and Priestley couldn't get there either. Gray will now flick it on. Palmer, Holder, whips out a leg and sends it out of play for a throw. So we pass the half-hour mark. If you are joining us late, a 2-goal lead here secured through Laura Elford's early strike and added to by Charlie Doherty. Burnley have been the dominant force in this game as Elford swings that out towards Charlie Doherty on this right-hand side. Molinari in front of her. She goes round the outside of Molinari before Kibble dives in, and Kibble manages to win a goal kick for her team. You might have heard the laughing there of Rebecca Seviuk. She couldn't quite believe that decision had been given. Wilkes nodding that out of play as Stamps kept her under close attention. be Thompson to take that throw. Now she's come into the starting lineup today for Dom Cooper. Dom Cooper, another former Burnley player who's sadly not involved today. And here's another Priestley sending it in towards Ravening and Kivell, but Siddle was able to get there first. Yeah, Dom Cooper leaving Burnley in the summer after a good few years at the club. Molinari bringing down that ball over the top well, but Doherty was there in the right place at the right time. Kivell tries to go round Doherty and does so successfully. Stabs through to Millie Ravening. This is a good move from Stoke. Ravening. Now it's going to fall for Kivell. It takes a deflection. And that's one back for Stoke. Kirsty Lavelle got a hand to it, but the deflection just took it out of her reach. And the power on the strike meant she couldn't claw it away. And Burnley, well, their lead is halved, and Stoke, with 13 minutes to go until the break, are back in this one. Naomi Hartley's back there. Is what the shot hit. There was so little that Kirsty Lavelle could do. Once it took the deflection, it was always going to be very, very difficult to keep out. Off we go as Doherty chases this one. Bracewell will have to put it out of play. I'm sure she'd have preferred to allow it to run out of play, but Doherty wasn't going to let her do that. Partland down the line. It goes out of play though. So Stoke have got a bit of momentum then. Can they build up a head of steam? Can Burnley see off the danger? Here's Laura Elford. Hazard turning and finding Palmer. Out to Gray, who we haven't seen too much of in the last 5 or so minutes. Gray down the line to Tilly Wilkes. Stamps gets back to cover. Wilkes has got Gray and Hazard showing for her, and Laura Elford as well. It's Hazard who receives the ball. Tries to squeeze a pass through to Gray. Can't do so, but is now twisting and turning to find the space before playing the ball down the line to Wilkes. Wilkes wasn't going to have the pace to get on the end of that. Another throw though for Tilly Wilkes to take. Gray. Stamps and Thompson marshalling her effectively out of play. And then Thompson is going to get a yellow card here because she pushed Gray twice as Gray got to her feet. Gray was holding onto the ball, but the referee not impressed with what she saw there. Thompson will go into the books of the second Stoke player to receive a yellow card today. And in fact it's a red card. It's a straight red. And Stoke are down to 10. Thompson has been shown her marching orders. She can't believe it. Neither can the Well, I don't think the Burnley team can believe it, but the Stoke team can't either. And it's a straight red. And that's quite remarkable. It was 2 pushes on Gray. I mean, usually that would, you'd think, just be a yellow card. But the referee deciding a straight red, and Stoke now with a 1-goal deficit. I've also got a 1-player deficit as Higginbottom goes to ground under the tackle from Hazard. Well, that has completely thrown a cat among the pigeons, hasn't it? Kivell, who appears to have switched to left back, with Molinari going over to right back in the reshuffle for Stoke. Siddle dives in, but you can just feel there's a bit of tension in this game now. Give her with the throw. Siddle wins it. Palmer finds Doherty. I'm now intrigued, I have to say, to see how Molinari at right back will handle the pace of Anna Gray. Siddle down the line. Doherty playing the ball on to Palmer. Palmer can get it into the middle. Here is Gray. Gray, quick feet to get past one, and then the shot into the back of the net as well. It hasn't taken long to restore that 2-goal cushion. Stoke are furious because they feel that there was a foul on Revel in the build-up to it, and it did look like her ankle took a knock, but they stopped and Burnley carried on. Palmer playing that ball into Gray, and Gray finding the back of the net after some wonderfully quick feet, and that is her first league goal for the club. Well, let's have another look at the red card incident then, because that has really blown this game open. It's the Wilkes throw. Gray has the ball. She gets pushed to the ground and then gets pushed again. And it's obviously the second one maybe the referee is particularly unpleased with, and that's the reason for the red card. The last 5 minutes have certainly gone against Stoke. Revel is now back on her feet after that knock to what looks like her left ankle or left boot. And Stoke are going to continue, kick things back off with just over 5 minutes to go until the break, plus you imagine a sizable chunk of added time. We've had a couple of stoppages for injury, we've had a red card, we've had 4 goals. It's been a pretty manic opening 38-39 minutes here. As Revel is back on the pitch. Kibble. Field to hold it. Here's Bracewell. Sutty. Down the line to Molinari. Gray tracking Molinari back, but she manages to prod the ball down the line to Priestley. Wilkes comes in and wins it with a strong interception. Hazard turning away from Priestley. Richards played in the cup win over Fylde in midweek and then starting a league game for the first time today. Great. Kirsty Lavelle. Hartley. Burnley, you think we'll just try and manage this game out now until half time. If they get the opportunity to add to their score, then great, but if not, a 3-1 lead and a 1-player advantage is a very good way to be heading to the break. Siddle back inside to Richards, who's chased by Priestley. How many times have we said that before? Hartley didn't quite bring it under control. Higginbotham thought she could get near it for a moment, but Burnley doing well to keep possession. Now McPartland will look for the switch. Hazard brings it down and coming through with Stamps, and the referee giving the free kick in Burnley's favour.
Brenner, just listen. They're 4-3-2. Use the wide areas.
There's Brennan McPartland there, who you might have been able to hear there, getting the instructions of how Burnley want to play now that Stoke have had a player sent off. McPartland eventually gets things back underway. Here's Jade Richards. Naomi Hartley. Anna Gray. Hazard making the darting run. It will go to Elford. Inside towards Gray, who gets their second after Higginbotham's initial interception. Hartley again. And Burnley are just managing this game for the time being, aren't they? And the longer they have the ball and the more chasing that Stoke have to do is going to make the last half an hour, you would think, a little bit easier for them. If the gas runs out of the tank of the 10 players of Stoke. Here's Sutty bounding forward. Kivell, the captain, scorer of both league goals for Stoke so far this season, adding to her tally this afternoon with that deflected strike. Also scored in the 1-0 win over Hull. Higginbotham. Back to Reevil. Bracewell. To Sutty again. It's the first sustained period of possession Stoke have had for a while, and it ends as the ball down the line is met by Wilkes. Priestley now. And the number 14 shirt for Stoke. Turning into trouble as it turns out. Didn't have the space to get past McPartland or Gray. And the ball bobbling off her last as well, meaning Burnley can take the throw through Wilkes. Siddall. Nice turn before the right-footed ball towards Palmer, who couldn't quite pick out Doherty. Kivell was there. Bracewell with the ball out to Higginbotham. Here's Kivell. Infield she goes to Stamps. Higginbotham now. Quick feet to get away from Hazard. Back to Kivell. Millie Ravening goes to ground and is pushed to ground. Hazard there, adjudged to have fouled Millie Ravening, and Stoke fans here delighted to see it. And it will be Shannon Stamps. Well, it looks like it'll be Shannon Stamps. Roisin Kivell has also sized this one up. Indeed, it will be Stamps who'll float it into the middle. Laura Elford gets her head on it. Millie Ravening will pick up the second ball and prod it back towards Lucia Molinari. Hooked back in towards Priestley over her head. Hartley wins the header and then Siddall hooks it clear. And now Burnley have it back under control until Hartley plays that loose pass, which Kivell will pick up. Siddall dispossesses her though, plays the ball down the line towards Palmer. Stamps is there to clear up the danger. Holder. Reevil. I'm not sure how much added time has been added, but I suspect it might be 3 or 4 minutes given the stoppages we've had in this game so far, as Sutty carries the ball out of defence. Siddall meets the pass. And in the end that will just about run out of play. And Lauren Bracewell trot into her area before playing the pass. Molinari, good touch to get past Gray. Higginbottom, Holder. Sutty down the line, and there's too much on that one. And out of play it goes. A few conversations taking place there between Rebecca Seviuk and her coaching staff. I'm sure they'll be delighted with what they've seen so far as the half-time whistle goes. And what a 45 minutes has been. Absolutely action-packed. 4 goals, a sending off, and plenty more to talk about as well. But the headline is that those strikes from Laura Elford, from Charlie Doherty and from Anna Gray have given Burnley a 3-1 cushion at the break. Machine Kivell's deflected strike did pull one back for Stoke at 2-0. But after Thompson was sent off, it was always an uphill battle. So let's go through the replays. Let's see what we've seen so far again. If you did join us late, here are the goals as well. So this is the first goal. Really well worked piece of football. Laura Elford finishing from Gray's cross on that left hand side. She couldn't miss, could she, Laura Elford? She just ghosted into that area of the field. Second goal, Laura Elford involved once again as she played a lovely pass to Charlie Doherty, and Doherty just managed to get it in onto her left foot and then slam it into the bottom corner when Elford perhaps could have shot herself, but she wasn't greedy. She'd got a goal. And Charlie Doherty adding her second league goal of the campaign as well. And you see the strength that Elford showed there as well. So it looked like it'd be plain sailing from that point for Burnley. They were 2-0 up, but Stoke did manage to get back into the game with this deflected strike. The ball falling to Kivell in the area, and she absolutely smashed it, didn't it? And if it wasn't for the deflection off Naomi Hartley's back, maybe Kirsty Lavelle would have got somewhere near it, but it just had too much power on it, and in the end the keeper couldn't claw it away. And then shortly after Thompson had been sent off for Burnley, or for Stoke I should say, Burnley made it 3. Again, lovely footwork. Perhaps there could have been a free kick for the foul on Reeville in the build-up. Stoke certainly think so. But Burnley carried on when Stoke stopped, and they got the ball to Gray in the area. Quick feet, and into the back of the net it went. So that's how it stands at half-time. A dominant position for Burnley, and we hope that it continues to be that way after the break. We will be back with full coverage of the second half. At the break, it is Stoke 1, Burnley 3.
Press the boxes.
And welcome back to our coverage of today's game between Stoke City and Burnley. And if you are just joining us a little bit late, you've missed a jam-packed first 45 minutes here, which has seen Stoke score once but also have a player sent off, and Burnley net 3 times themselves at the other end. Laura Elford getting the first, and from there they look to be in a pretty good position because they got a second through Charlie Doherty. Kivell did pull one back through a deflected strike inside the area, only for Thompson to get sent off, and then Anna Gray to make it 3-1 to Burnley going into the break. And Burnley just going through their paces before this second half gets underway. It'd be interesting to see if they continue in the fashion that they were playing at the end of that first half. We could hear some of the instructions coming from the Burnley bench, and they were particularly telling Anna Gray to drag those Stoke midfielders and those Stoke defenders wide and use that pace to get in around the outside. You can see Charlie Doherty there, who's got 2 goals to her name already this season since joining Burnley over the summer. One against Hull on the opening day, another today. She's been a terrific signing to this point. So then 45 minutes to go. Burnley looking to maintain their 100% start to the season. They are on 3 wins from 3, 2 in the league, 1 in the cup. And if things stay as they are, then they will be remaining joint top of the league going into that huge game next week at Turf Moor. So please do come and join us for that one. We want as many of you down there to support the team as possible. When Burnley have played Wolves in the past, they have always proved pivotal games in deciding where those 2 teams finish and how high up the ladder they get. It's coming early this season from a home point of view, but Burnley against Wolves next week at Turf Moor. There's Laura Elford as well, who has played a key role in this season, hasn't she? 6 goals in 4 games for her. She's forced her way into the starting lineup after scoring a hat-trick in the Cup against Fylde in midweek, and she rewarded that faith in her very quickly by scoring today. A tap in from close range. Let's hope there's more to come as the second half gets underway. And immediately Brennan McPartland sends a ball dribbling out of play for a Bracewell goal kick. Molinari, Priestley, the 2 former Burnley players hooking up there. Priestley does really well to get away from Wilkes before a handball is spotted by the officials, and a free kick is given in Burnley's favour. She's had some big calls to make, hasn't she, so far today, the referee? Sending off a couple of other decisions that have gone, I would say, in Burnley's favour. Including one in the build-up to the 3rd goal where Revel took a knock to her ankle, but play was allowed to continue, and Burnley continued at a pace. Doherty whipping it into the middle. Elford, it will fall for her, and she's going to set it out to this left-hand side. Tilly Wilkes thought about the cross, but plays in Gray instead, and just a little bit of a heavy touch from Gray allowed Stamps the chance to get back and take possession. Stamps just sending it out of play. Molinari heading that out of play. Wilkes with the throw. Elford brings it down. Elford passing to a teammate who wasn't there, and she just points to her teammate who's warming up on the near side here, because Laura Elford thought that teammate was on the pitch. As it turns out, she was just warming up. A bit of a smile had by all there. Ravening just turning into trouble and then running out of space. volleying that out of play. Molinari with the ball down the line to Priestley. Hartley volleying that up towards us in the gantry here. Molinari now. It's a good turn by Evie Priestley. Can't quite squeeze the pass through though, and then doggedly gets back and dives in to help her side win. Oh, well, they don't win the throw in the end. Came off Priestley or Ravening last.
Come off the back line.
Richards carrying the ball forward before finding Siddle. Doherty is pointing forward, but instead Siddle comes inside and makes the pass towards Walker. That's on Walker, of course. Walker's on the bench this afternoon. Bracewell being closed down. Reevil will turn. Molinari goes to ground under the tackle from Gray, and that's a fairly straightforward free kick for the referee to give.
You come out, Molly can get on that, and we've got more to attack the back line. You block that, come out.
I know left.
Will be Sutty to take the free kick. She goes short to Stamps. Stamps down the line for Ravening to chase towards, but Hartley does really well to win the header. Ravening then tracking back, and no foul given after the collision with McPartland. Will Holder have a shot? She'll lay it off instead to Higginbottom, but there's a little bit too much on it, and it forces Higginbottom wide, and it gives Tilly Wilkes the chance to lunge in and put it out of play. Molinari, Priestley, Higginbottom with a low ball in towards Holder. Her pass towards Ravening is cut out by McPartland. Just a little bit scrappy though, getting the ball away, Burnley. And the foul on Higginbottom. And again, the sarcastic applause from the Stoke fans here today. You feel that the majority of the decisions have gone against their team today. If you are joining us late, a reminder that Sophie Thompson was sent off in the first half for Stoke after a push on Anna Gray. Caught plenty of people by surprise when the referee did pull out a red card instead of the expected yellow. Millie Ravening then, she scored a fantastic free kick in midweek against Wolves. She'll take a free kick now which is looped into the box, but it bounces out of play. There was no one anywhere near that in the end. That means Kirsty Lavelle can take her time over a goal kick. Certainly seen Millie Ravening score some screamers before, haven't we, including a couple of set plays. On that occasion, opting for the cross instead of the shot, and it went well wide. Sent down the line for Doherty to chase onto. Too much on that. It's Reevil. Forced a little bit wider than she might have liked. Second ball towards Priestley. And a good tussle with Hartley again. Ravening brings it down. Shannon Stamps has it. Wilkes in front of her. Stamps trying to go around the outside, and Wilkes gets back well, and Wilkes will win the goal kick for her side as well because it bounced up onto Stamps' thigh. Just feels like Stoke maybe need to, or Burnley need to ride out this Stoke pressure, because they've started the second half well, Stoke, without creating too many opportunities, but certainly they have been bright. If Burnley can ride it out, then hopefully they can make their lead even more emphatic as the game wears on. Here's Jade Richards. To Siddle. Siddle down the line, but The offside flag goes up immediately against Grace Palmer.
Get up! Lowe's, join in! Lowe's, join
It will
in!
be Sutty to eventually get this play back underway.
Well done, Lennon!
Holder, Hazard harrying her. Gray nearly nipping in, but Regal does well to step around her, and then will make the pass to Molinari, who can break forward here. Lucia Molinari. Ravening's made the run down the line. Ravening has it now. Molinari continuing her run, and Molinari picked out by Ravening. Elford, though, is tracking back and dives in to stop the cross coming into the box. In doing so, concedes a corner.
Again, you're going to have to be that centre half. Stay up. AB, get in there! Get in there, AB!
Well, play was just about to start then, and then the assistant referee dropped his flag. And because he dropped his flag, the referee decided that we needed to have a restart. And Kibble will, on this occasion, not go short, because she went short to Shannon Stamps. Kibble sends it into the middle. Goes over the head of Lavelle. Bracewell.
Coming over, Lou! Coming over!
Richard, sorry. With the header.
Get in,
Bracewell
Rosie!
just barking some orders as Gray carries it away. Siddle's come inside. Siddle with the ball forward towards Palmer, but Bracewell gets off her line and does really well. Richard wins the header. Holder stepping forward. Regal. Just peeled out onto this right hand side and sends a looping ball in towards the back post, but it goes over everyone, and Charlie Doherty will tidy up. Doherty will receive the return pass from Siddall as well. Doherty stabbing forwards. In the end, I think she was caught in two minds, because she had Palmer on the right, she had Elford down the centre, and she just stabbed it in between the two of them. Molinari down Gray, and appeals for a push from the Stoke bench, and those appeals do result in a free kick.
Step up and touch, Lars. Really brave. You'll be fine.
In the game.
Fancy it.
In the game. In the game. There we go.
Alice, you're too close to her anyway.
There we go.
Get out there. Get out there. Go on.
So in the free kick comes Ravening, having to lunge to get near it, and she does. Higginbottom will play it back to Sutty. Sutty breaking away from Elford. Higginbottom, now Revel. Driving forward again. Molinari's on this right hand side, and Molinari receives it. Sutty's continued her run the centre half here, and she's in maybe unfamiliar territory as Hartley just shows her strength and nudges her off the ball. And Burnley do really well to win back possession, but then the header in field from Gray is loose. Sutty again, who's still in a poor position, thinking about the cross on this occasion. It's a looped one, and Lavelle watches that all the way, sizes it up really well, and catches that confidently before bowling out to Doherty, and suddenly Burnley are on the attack here, and they're going very quickly as Elford makes the run. Elford, can she get there first? Bracewell's off her line quickly, but Elford's going to get to the second ball, and Elford will get her second of the game. And Burnley turned defence into attack in the blink of an eye. And Laura Elford, she got 3 in midweek. She's now got 2 today. And her incredible scoring start to the season continues, as does Burnley's, as they move into a 4-1 lead. Really is an incredibly quick attack, isn't it? Lavelle to Doherty, and then the run from Elford to go round the defender. Almost blindsiding the defender was perfect. Bracewell did really well to come off her line and block the first one, and then it's just about where the ball drops to. Thankfully Elford got there first and she was able to put it into the back of the net. What a start to the season she's having. That's now 7 goals in 4 games for Laura Elford. 4 of them in the league. Will she make it 2 hat-tricks in 2 games this afternoon? She's got plenty of time to add to her tally, and she's chasing Reeville down. Reeville plays the ball to Ravening, who turns down the line and then makes the pass towards Stamps, but too much on that one. Burnley will get the goal kick, and before that goal kick is taken, we're going to see a Burnley substitution, because Claudia Walker is coming on for Burnley. There's also going to be a treble sub for the visitors as well, which means Monique Watson is going to come on.
Yeah, you're on this one, Alfred, yeah. Yeah, come on.
So Olivia Cook is on, Monique Watson is on, and Delphi Cole is coming on as well. Evie Priestley is withdrawn. She gets a nice applause as well. Rasheen Kivell also withdrawn. So that's Stoke making their changes, and then Burnley are going to make a change as well, with Claudia Walker coming on.
29. Yeah, I'm coming off.
And it is indeed Laura Elford coming off. Eventually, Claudia Walker brought on as her replacement, and I think we might be about to see Rima Lord-Mears brought on as well for Burnley. She's stripped and ready to go on the bench, but maybe Burnley just going to wait a moment before they make that substitution. But there you go, a handful of changes made. And eventually Kirsty Lavelle gets things back underway. Here's Jade Richards then. Richards with the ball down the line. Siddle can't quite bring it under control. Sutty back to Bracewell. Cole couldn't quite bring that under control there, the substitute.
Inside the game, Anna.
And then the ball forward towards Ravening. She couldn't get on the end of that either. Some interesting players brought on. Delphi Cole, an England under-18 international.
Yes! We've got 2v1 here.
A West Brom player, might have seen her play against Burnley last season. Nick Watson's another very talented midfielder as well, very experienced. She was the National League Player of the Year at this level in 2022-2023. So there's some talent being brought onto the field for Stoke, and Delphi Cole has just managed to win a free kick for her side after being bundled over. Looks like it's going to be Millie Ravening to take. She's got Shannon Stamp standing over it as well. 3 in the wall for Burnley. Kirsty Lavelle currently telling them where she wants them. Last time Ravening had a free kick in this kind of position, she decided to cross instead. On this occasion she's going to make the pass to Shannon Stamps. Stamps will hook it in to the area or clip it in. And Kirsty Lavelle is able to catch that one after maybe she was just hurried into playing the ball a bit quicker than she wanted to, Shannon Stamps. Richards.
They can go pivot and out now. Brent, double pivot. Brent, double pivot.
Siddle to Hazard. Walker making the run, but Siddle is closed down and stopped in her tracks. Claudia Walker had started the 2 previous league games for Burnley this season, but Laura Elford earning that starting spot today after scoring that hat-trick in midweek against Fylde, and Well, she certainly rewarded the Burnley coaching staff for giving her the chance to start, because those 2 goals have given them that 4-1 advantage. Here's Anna Gray, who's also been on the score sheet this afternoon, but Lucia Molinari just stabs her foot out and prevents her from going further forward. Burnley are just going to make a second change before play gets back underway. It's going to be number 12, Rima Lord-Mears, who comes on. She's had a real impact on this game, hasn't she? And it's Grace Palmer, the Burnley number 10, who is withdrawn. Wilkes with the throw down the line. Walker just feeling she got a push in the back there, and she went to ground, and the referee agrees that it was a foul. That means Tilly Wilkes is going to have a chance to whip in a free kick. Hazard is showing down the line for her, but she's also got plenty of options in the middle. Maybe not so much height now Elford's come off. Wilkes clipping it in. It's a good ball towards McPartland, who heads it on, but can't quite direct it goalwards, and that one bouncing wide. You can see here it's a lovely ball in from Wilkes. McPartland, who's scored her fair share of goals from centre midfield, not able to direct it goalwards. That's a good ball by Wilkes to Lord-Mears, who gets her first touch since coming on. Feeds it to Claudia Walker, who turns and gets the shot away. And Bracewell very happy to see that one settle in her midriff. Just couldn't quite find the corner there, Claudia Walker. Lovely turn though, isn't it? Just rolls the defender. Not able to find the back of the net. Down the line from Ravening. Kirsty Lavelle though will pick that one up first. She'll get it back from Naomi Hartley. Enjoyable afternoon so far for the Burnley fans who've made the trip here. Battled the M6 to get to Stoke, and they've been rewarded so far because it's been another impressive attacking display from their side, a really clinical one as well. It's not as if Lauren Bracewell has made a string of fine saves. It's just that when Burnley have got in those attacking positions, they've put the ball in the back of the net, as they so often have this season. It's now 16 goals in 3 league games for them, plus the 7 they got in the cup in midweek. Doherty finds Lord-Mears as they look to add to the tally of 4 from this afternoon. Walker not quite able to get that under control. Ravening down the line for Delphi Cole, but just a little bit too much on it, and it skips through to Lavelle, who'll eat up a few seconds by allowing the ball to come to her. It's a slightly loose pass, but McPartland will get it back and loop it forward for Gray to chase onto. Molinari is well positioned now and gets there first. Calmly gets it back to her goalkeeper as well. And we're just going to have a stoppage in play because Holder has gone down injured, and she doesn't look comfortable here. Here's Holder, and the physio is on. Well, the physio is on. Let me remind you that Burnley have got 2 home league games this month now that we're into September. 2 home league games this month at Turf Moor. Wolves next Sunday, so that's the 8th of September, and then on the 28th as well against West Brom. Get yourself down to those 2 games, because Burnley have played 3 games so far at Turf Moor. They've won 2 of them. They lost to Derby on the final day of last season, but always an enjoyable occasion. I know the team thoroughly enjoy playing at Turf Moor, but they also love it when you get down to support as well. So if you can get down to Turf Moor next week, big clash against Wolves, 2 o'clock kickoff, please do so. Still waiting for play to get back underway, so let's have a look at the goal that Burnley have scored in this second half, which has extended their advantage. It's a really incisive counter-attack started by Lavelle. She finds Doherty, and Doherty's perfectly timed pass to Elford, who'd made that wonderful run. Elford seeing the first chance saved, because Bracewell did really well, to be fair, but then the second touch came back to her and she just needed to put it in the back of the net. So Holder's up now. She's not moving remotely well, but she is on her feet as the referee allows play to get back underway. Stoke have made 3 changes so far. You wonder what's left on their bench. Remember, they're down to 10 as well after Thompson got sent off in the first half. And you do feel it's these final 20 or so minutes that are going to be so tough for Stoke with that one player disadvantage as Doherty comes inside past Sutty, and she's into the area now. Doherty with the ball into the area. Walker can't quite scramble it goalwards, and Stoke somehow survive. Back in from Siddle, clip towards Walker. Revel jumped under it, but they just about managed to scramble clear again. Holder is now back on, so Stoke back up to 10. And Burnley now winning a free kick for a foul by Molinari on Gray, which Molinari seems surprised by. Just didn't quite sit here, did it? But great play again by Doherty.
Yes, please.
Well, the referee's just having a word with the Stoke bench here. Obviously, something has been said after the awarding of that free kick against Molinari. They're getting a real ticking off there.
Thank you.
Eventually, the referee is going to trot back towards the penalty area and allow play to continue. It'll be Wilkes over this free kick that was won by Gray. Last one of these caused a bit of problems because McPartland got on the end of it. Now it's sent in towards McPartland again. The offside flag goes up as it skips off her head and out of play anyway, so it wouldn't have counted. And Bracewell quickly gets play back underway. Here's Bracewell. Bracewell with the ball out to Sutty. Now appears to be a back 3 for Stoke, with Molinari playing as a wing back. That's a lovely flick on from Millie Ravening, and Cole is trying to get on the end of it, but Lavelle was aware of the danger. That's really good goalkeeping there by Kirsty Lavelle, who was incredibly quickly off her line to smash that away. Molinari brings it down again. Gray forcing her backwards. Ravening turning. Ravening not given the space to go forward by Hazard. Here's Hazard again after Wilkes wins the header. Wilkes. Mears just gets her ankles clipped there by Holder. That's going to be a free kick, and it's going to be a talking to for Holder as well. In fact, she's going to go in the book here, is Holder. And Burnley are going to use this stoppage in play as a chance to make another substitution as well. It's going to be the dangerous Amy Kelly who comes on. Anna Gray is the player withdrawn. Another terrific performance by Anna Gray. And Amy Kelly, well, take 2. She's just got to show her boots before she is allowed to come onto the field. But Amy Kelly's on. Holder's been booked. After that housekeeping, it's going to be another free kick. Burnley have had now 3 of them in this kind of position, with Tilly Wilkes whipping it in with that left foot.
One of you be ready to pick her up, girls.
Wilkes to send it in. And it goes towards the middle. It's going to fall for Richards, who exchanges passes to Walker. In the middle it goes, and with her first touch just seconds after coming onto the field, Amy Kelly is at the back post and she taps it into the back of the net. Well, that could not have gone better, could it? She could only have been on the field 25-30 seconds, and Amy Kelly goes and scores, and she looks like she might have hurt herself in doing so here. Actually, she's still down, Amy Kelly. But what a lovely bit of football that was. Walker exchanging the passes with Richards. Richards sliding it into Kelly at the back post. And Amy Kelly, who has lost a boot for the time being. Well, she couldn't miss. She was just there after coming on. And she nets her first league goal of the season. The goals continue to flow when Burnley play. A big smile on Amy Kelly's face as she makes her way back to the restart. She's now got both boots on. And can Burnley continue? There's still 15 or so minutes to go. They've got time to add to their 5. That's a nice bit of play. And Molinari goes through the legs of Wilkes and goes down. It's going to be a free kick. Is it going to be a booking? The Stoke bench are certainly suggesting it should be, given some of the cards that have been dished out today, but the referee doesn't appear to be handing out any further punishment on this occasion. Just going to be the free kick, which Shannon Stamps will take.
Hands just sit on the 8.
We are going to see another change in a minute as well from a Burnley point of view, but that'll come after this free kick, which Stamps is going to take. Stamps curling it in. It's a good delivery as well, and it's a header on it from Brennan McPartland. Down the line from Doherty to Hazard. Siddall can't quite get forward there as she would have liked. Holder. Here's Amy Kelly. Just a bit of a heavy touch there. That allowed Cook the chance to step in. Scrappy minute or so there. Siddall. Walker. Doherty. Siddall again down the line to Walker. Reevil just had a bit of a head start on her there. Burnley win it back. Walker turns. She was looking for that right wing option, but Doherty's come inside and the shot comes in! And Bracewell does really well to tip it over the bar. Well, Claudia Walker's looked incredibly dangerous since she came on. That's the second time she's called Lauren Bracewell into action. It's the second time she's been thwarted by the former Burnley captain. It's a lovely bit of football, isn't it? She spun. If there'd been someone on the right wing, she might have passed. There wasn't, so she went alone. Bracewell making a very, very good stop. But Burnley have a corner. The danger has not been averted yet. Charlie Doherty's going to take it. Again, there are plenty of players to aim for in the middle. Towards the near post, Bracewell gets a fist on it. And it's not kept in play, so Monique Watson unable to prevent a second corner. And I imagine Doherty's going to take this again. And Burnley are going to make a sub. And coming on is going to be Heidi Logan. Burnley number 7, making her first league appearance for the club since joining. She actually joined the club from Stoke, for whom she scored against Burnley last season. But Heidi Logan is brought on and Charlie Doherty is withdrawn. And another terrific performance by Charlie Doherty. Got the second goal for Burnley. She's been at the heart of many an attack. She obviously played a big hand in Laura Elford's second as well. Her afternoon is over as Heidi Logan, the former Stoke player, comes on. So it'll be Siddle to take the corner then. Siddle looping it in. It's a decent delivery. Bracewell jumping and eventually claiming it. She was fighting with her own player there to win that. Bracewell smashes it forward. Wilkes brings it down. Stoke bench were absolutely furious there. They were suggesting that a Burnley player had jumped in front of Bracewell as she took the kick forward. Eventually Burnley brought down the kick pretty comfortably, didn't they? Here's Richards. Partlem. Can't quite get it down the line because Holder sticks out a boot and blocks it. And Partlem will take the throw. It's a Walker who wins it back. McPartland. Holder does well to dispossess her. And then Hartley hooks that away from Ravening. Here's Amy Kelly. Kelly breaking forward. We've already seen her have one big impact in the game. And she's going to win a corner for her side now as that one deflects off the defender and runs out of play. Well, the goalkeeper, I'm not entirely sure what's happening here because the assistant referee has given a corner. The referee has given a goal kick and the other assistant referee on this near side is having a word with the referee, who is going to go over to the Stoke bench and is going to book one of the Stoke coaching staff, and that is the same member of the coach, the same member of the Stoke bench who was given a strong talking to earlier. On that occasion he avoided a yellow card. On this occasion he will go into the book. So now the confusion over what's happening, because the referee's given a goal kick, the assistant referee's given a corner, and it looks like we're going to continue with a goal kick. We are. I mean, that definitely came off a Stoke player last, but there are no complaints in the end. McPartland, Walker, Kelly making the run. Here is Amy Kelly staying on side. Walker, can she get her goal? Watson dispossesses her. Kelly now flicking it towards McPartland, who is bundled over by Watson, and it will be a free kick to Stoke. Well, Brenna McPartland can't quite believe that. She was bulldozed over as she chested the ball down by Watson. And the referee's given the free kick in Stoke's favour. Sutty. Shot's going to come in now, and that's going to fly well wide. And now there is going to be a substitute. Now the Stoke bench are absolutely furious because Stoke were trying to make a substitution before play got back underway then. And it is going to be number 15, Wilcock, who comes on. Georgia Marshall's also going to make her introduction for Burnley as well. Jade Richards will be the player withdrawn from a Burnley point of view. From a Stoke point of view, it's Millie Ravening, the former Burnley player, who has come off. So Georgia Marshall on for Richards and Ravening withdrawn. Wilcock comes on. It's been a very heated game, this one, hasn't it? Wilkes with the ball forward for Walker to chase onto, but Cook just nudging her out of the path of it.
Oh, Molly, you can get on it.
Marshall with her first touch, which is a commanding header. Reeville heading it towards Sutty. Sutty looping it over towards Cole, but Marshall again with a decisive impact. McPartland. Wilcock, her first entry into the play, but Hazard is there to stop her breaking forward before Molinari picks it up again. Reeville will take the throw. Wilcock turns, lovely ball to Watson. Watson, Cole. Watson's going to get it back, is she? No, McPartland's there to stop her. And now Burnley can attack, and here's Logan with the ball towards Walker. It's a good interception by Cook, who was really well positioned. Kelly dispossesses Reeville. Walker can't quite get on the end of that, slides in, and it's a free kick to Stoke. It really has been a bad-tempered and fractured second half to this game. We've seen bookings for dissent, we've seen free kicks sarcastically applauded from both sides. Let's hope there's no further drama over the remaining 5 or so minutes. Lord Mears, Wilkes, Hartley. Hartley will find Lavelle, who's well out of her area. And she's trying to find Logan, but Stoke managed that situation pretty well. Cole, Wilcock. Molinari bursting down this right-hand side if she can be picked out, and Molinari is going to get there ahead of Wilkes, is she? Bundles Wilkes over. Wilkes has gone down with a head injury, and the referee stops play, having originally waved it away and then given the free kick. There are 2 players down now from a Burnley point of view. Hazard seems to have really badly damaged her ankle, and Wilkes got bundled over by Molinari. The Stoke physio was really quickly up. Fair play to him to give some treatment to Hazard. Burnley have made all 5 of their substitutions, so this would be a concern. Wilkes appears to be receiving some treatment to her head or upper body. Here's the first tackle anyway on Hazard, who goes down with that left ankle injury. And then Molinari, who, from what I could see, seemed to divert her run away from the ball to go into Wilkes. Wilkes went down injured and is still receiving treatment. Hazard is now putting her boot back on, so hopefully she's okay to continue. Wilkes, on the other hand, is now receiving the attention of the 2 physios. It's going to mean there's some further added time for this game as it wears on. Looks like a nasty injury for Tilly Wilkes. And we wait for play to continue. I can tell you that Wolves are playing Nottingham Forest today. Nottingham Forest, remember, have gone full-time this season, so they are the team who, financially at least, you might expect to win the league this year. Well, Forest are at Wolves, and they're 5-1 up. So Wolves won, Nottingham Forest 5 as things stand. Now that means Wolves' 100% record is going to come to an end today. Burnley, though, as things stand, are going to see theirs continue, as clearly the Nottingham Forest, and it's those 2 teams who are expected to be challenging for that promotion place come the end of the season. bit of concern here for Hazard, who's got a sock and a boot off. Tilly Wilkes is back up and moving, but Burnley are down to 9 as things stand after that long stoppage in play. I don't know if Wilkes is going to be able to continue here, because there might be a concussion rule that prevents her from doing so. Kelly is on the attack as she goes around the outside of Molinari and then finds Walker, who's dropped into midfield. Walker with the ball to Kelly, but too much on it, and Kelly unable to get on the end of it. So you can see Hazard there, who's got her boot and her left sock off as well. She's having that wrapped up by the Stoke physio. And Tilly Wilkes is going to be allowed to come back on the field. So Burnley are back up to 10 as Wilkes rejoins the play, holding her back. Doesn't look particularly comfortable, does she, the Burnley left back? We'll see what happens with Hazard as Rima Lord Mears wins possession and is driving forward. It's 10 on 10 for the time being. Here's a chance for Logan to get it in from the right hand side. It comes in towards the penalty spot, but Walker and Kelly had just run past it. Wilcock does keep it in play, and then Kelly clatters it off Wilcock, only for the free kick, the throw to be given in Stoke's favour. Tamara Wilcock, by the way, who's come on. Former Championship player, played for Sheffield United, made her debut for them when she was just 16 years old, so only 20 years old, but bags of experience after 4 years with the Blades. Amelia Hazard is back on her feet, by the way. She's got her boot on, and it looks like she's going to be able to come back on as Wilcock turns. She's got Wilkes in front of her. Delphi Cole trying to get past Hartley, goes to ground. Stoke wants a penalty, the referee's having none of it. Wilkes with a loose ball towards Sutty, which Logan will retrieve. Siddle with the ball over the top for Walker to chase onto. Cook gets a head on it. Will Kelly get there? No, not quite. Revel is able to.
In the pocket.
Molinari down the line to Cole. And Kelly just tracking back there and stopping Molinari getting on the end of that return pass. Looks like Hazard is going to get an ice pack on her ankle imminently, because the physio has just taken one back towards the Burnley bench. She's not on the field as of yet. Burnley still down to 10. Ball down the line to Wilcock, who's got Molinari on the overlap, and she shrugs off Wilkes, clips it forward, but Hartley makes the interception. And now it's a chance for Walker to surge forward. Claudia Walker with Wilcock in front of her. McPartland, Kelly playing the 1-2 and then smashed out towards Siddle, who brings it down. Siddle infield towards Amy Kelly. Kelly back towards Siddle. Can Siddle get a foot on it? She can't, because Monique Watson's there. And Watson boots it out of play. Walker, Burnley still chasing more. They want a 6th. Logan. Pass back towards Walker was behind her, and Wilcock could get there first, but Burnley win possession back incredibly quickly. Now it's with Siddall. McPartland. Marshall. Bit too much on that for Siddall, and I'm not sure Logan's going to be able to keep it in despite the bursting run forward. Sutty marshalling her out of play. So we are deep into added time now. We haven't seen a board, so not entirely sure how much is going to be added on. In fact, that is it. Thought there might be a bit longer given the stoppages we've had, but it would have all been immaterial to the results anyway. It's another emphatic victory for Burnley. 3 from 3 in the league now for them this season. A 5-1 success against the 10 players of Stoke. A couple of goals for Laura Elford. Amy Kelly getting in on the action when she came on as a sub with her first touch. Charlie Doherty and Anna Gray as well. There was that deflected strike from Roisin Kibble which threatened to bring Stoke back into the game, but after they had Thompson sent off, their chances of getting a point were significantly reduced. And as such, Burnley were able to push on in that second half and make it a comprehensive success. And before we leave you, let's have a look back on the action in case you have missed any of the goals or even forgotten what we saw in that first half, because there were some very good ones. Laura Elford getting things underway when she was picked out by Gray's low ball and passed into the back of the net from close range. The second was when Elford used her real strength there to pick out Doherty, and then some lovely quick feet from Doherty. Elford could have shot herself, but she found Doherty, and Doherty found the bottom corner with a left-footed strike. Burnley then making it 3 when Anna Gray got one for herself. This was when there could have perhaps been a stoppage. In fact, of course, there's the Stoke goal first. Roisin Kibble with that deflected strike that went into the back of the net. Lavelle couldn't quite claw it away. Here is that Burnley third. Obviously, Stoke thought there was a foul in the build-up, but Burnley continued and Gray passed home. Let's see the goals from the second half as well then. It was Laura Elford who made it 4-1. An incredibly quick counter-attack. Doherty involved again as she released Elford after good play by Lavelle. Bracewell came off her line really quickly and made a good block initially, but Elford was able to get the rebound into the back of the net. And the fifth, well, Amy Kelly had only been on the field about 30 seconds when this well-worked move resulted in her tapping into the back of the net. Nice play by Claudia Walker and by Jade Richards. Richards with the eventual pass, and Amy Kelly, much to her delight, passing into the back of the net. I don't think anyone on the field could quite believe she'd scored so quickly after coming onto the pitch. But what an afternoon for Burnley. They make it 3 from 3. They are flying in the Women's National League North, and we want you to come and see them next week as well. It's a big, big game against Wolves, who've had that heavy defeat to Nottingham Forest today. Burnley against Wolves is at Turf Moor next week. It's a 2 o'clock kickoff on Sunday the 8th. Please do come and join us, because the team would absolutely love your support as they try and continue this move towards promotion. Thank you to all of you for joining us this afternoon here in Stoke. It's been a good afternoon for the Clarets. Stoke 1, Burnley 5.
Football.
Come in.